Hey, yo. Can I get a hey, yo? It's me, the bad guy. And today, man, this episode of Smackdown was horrendous. I mean, I'll put it to you this way. I enjoy most episodes of Friday Night Smackdown and Monday Night Raw. I wish I could get those 2 hours back, though, for this one. But this is my review for Monday for Friday Night SmackDown. I want to start this off by saying Cody Rhodes is. I don't know if it's official. I mean, they saying it's official, but according to PW Insider and them, Cody Rhodes had signed a deal about 10 14 days ago, and he will be debuting at WrestleMania weekend. So, most likely, faces Seth Rollins. Now that's out the way, they did a whole bunch of recapping on Madison Square Garden in the last week with Brock Lesnar chasing Paul Heyman. And then they actually start the show with Roman Reigns doing his long intro. He gets to the he gets to the ring and basically, cause asks everybody to acknowledge him, and then he basically started talking about how he wanted to be a Brock Lesnar because he said he can't wait to get face to face with him. For the first time since what he did to him at Madison Square Garden, and then he's informed by Paul Heyman that Brock Lesnar would not be here because he's his plane, due to weather issues, his plane's been grounded was grounded 4 hours ago, so he would not make it to Friday Night SmackDown. So Roman Reigns proceeded to basically cut because the crowd started chanting for Brock Lesnar. The crowd ended up chanting, "We want Brock." Sorry about that. My camera was kind of acting stupid, guys. But anyway, yeah, they were chanting Brock Lesnar, and Roman basically was like, "Yeah, I want Brock Lesnar too." And what did he say? "I want Brock Lesnar too," but I feel my obligations and all that type of good jazz. But then once again, he would get interrupted by Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman would tell him, this time Paul Heyman's face is like he turned white, like he's seen a ghost or something, and he's trying to tell, but they doing the whole cliche, "I got something to tell you," but Roman Reigns like, "Man, go on, you already told me." But then he finally gets Roman Reigns' attention. He was like, "Wait, what you gotta tell me? What's going on, Paul? What you gotta tell me, wise man?" And he basically informed Roman that now he's being told that that Brock Lesnar has landed and he's on his way here. And he's like, "What? He's on his way here? You just told me he wasn't gonna be here." And he's on his way here now. What are we gonna do? And he's like, "I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna wrap this up." And and he just gave Paul the microphone, and him and the Usos basically just got the ring, booked it, and then Paul Heyman follows suit. They trying to get out of there. It cuts to Michael Cole and them talking about what's going to be happening for the rest of the night. Then it cuts back to them trying to get in his truck, and Roman Reigns sees something off in the distance. It's Brock Lesnar with some big oversized forklift. I forgot what Michael Cole said it was, but it was like this big oversized forklift, and he smashes it into the truck. But here comes the first bad thing of the night. After he smashes the forklifts, this is the forks and this is the truck. He smashes it through the window and fades to black. Commercial break, right? So then after the commercial break, you come back, and apparently everything that happened is over with now. So you the viewer has to be shown via replay of what happened during the ad break. We had to watch that whole backstage segment as a replay. Wow. So basically in the replay, Brock after he smashed the windows, Roman Reigns and them, and then they all disoriented. They get out the truck. Brock flips the truck over with the forklift, and tells Roman, "Yeah, blood for blood." They go find this little pickup truck that conveniently has keys in it, and they Brock Lesnar realized they tried to get rid of the little pickup truck, so he runs to the pickup truck, open it. He almost grabs Jimmy out the truck, but then Roman Reigns drives off, and Brock Lesnar has ripped one of the truck doors off. Then he goes in the ring and cut a promo, which is a quick promo, just saying, "Hey, you can run, you can't hide. I'm coming for you in 2 weeks at WrestleMania." Pretty much it. So overall, it started off good. Don't get me wrong. Now, even when you saw it going, it was a little attitude-airy, ruthless aggressor area type stuff. But the fact that we had to watch it do a replay, because this all happened and then Brock Lesnar's like kind of fumbling, like I don't know, I don't want to say he fumbled. It was just like he just gave a very Brock Lesnar promo, and the fact that it was supposed to be a face to face, but we never got it. So yeah, this kind of was this for the first time ever I can say this was a weak promo for both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Then we got the first match of the night finally, which was Shinsuke Nakamura and I'm just thinking how funny it is that you can pretty much say they gave a lot of time to this first little segment, and you about halfway into almost 30 minutes into the show, we just not getting the first match of the night. But yeah, we get Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs versus Los Lotharios, and after the intros and Los Lotharios long-winded intro where they gotta find somebody to kiss and do all that stuff is good jazz. The match finally starts, and it was just a quick match. The match starts, I say about a good 5, maybe 10 minutes in, and then Rick Boogs get the victory. Wow. Then we got a second match, which was the match we should have got last week, but it was the Viking Raiders and Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, Shanky, and Baron Corbin. With Baron Corbin running from Drew most of the match, and getting his heel cheap shots in, but not really trying to have a whole match with Drew McIntyre. This match was also like a quick little squash match. The Viking Raiders and Drew McIntyre ended up winning, but overall I didn't really care about this match either. Then we got the Sami Zayn promo, where basically he wants to up the stakes because he feels like Johnny Knoxville ruined his life. So at WrestleMania, he wants to up the stakes by not just having a match, but now he wants the match to be an anything goes match. So and then Johnny Knoxville will respond later on in the night saying, "I accept." So, and then we got Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. This was a good match. It had some great spots. The Tower of Doom spot, it was a great match until said person I actually didn't even said Shayna Baszler and Natalya came out and caused a DQ finish, which I think the match would end up going to Sasha and Naomi, but you can also say it's a no contest, so whatever you like, whatever floats the boat. This match was a good thing, just like the Roman Reigns promo, which started off good, but then it just became bad. Then Pat McAfee gets weirdly summoned to the Vince McMahon's office through Michael Cole. Michael Cole unknowingly has to talk about what Pat McAfee has to do, or he gonna lose his job. Blah blah blah. And then Pat McAfee came back out, cut a promo about how he loved WWE and always dreamed of, how he loved WWE, how he always wanted to be, how he found WWE by accident, turned to the USA Network by accident, and then he found his love and passion for WWE, but other stuff got in the way, like football or whatever. And then he eventually made his way to WWE, and it's been his dream to do this, especially at WrestleMania. And then Austin Theory would come out. Austin Theory would remind him and everybody for the 100th time that if you don't apologize, you will lose your match at WrestleMania and or your job. So Pat McAfee, he sort of apologized. He did say the words "I'm sorry" and "I apologize," but in between those words, he was just dogging out Austin Theory. Austin Theory would just smile, take a selfie, and then push Pat McAfee. Also, I forgot, I guess part of the stipulation too, that Pat McAfee is not allowed to have physical contact with Austin Theory unless it's in a match at WrestleMania. So then we get the main event match of the night, which is only match number 4, which is Kofi Kingston versus Ridge Holland, who had Sheamus and Butch by his side. The match itself was okay. I didn't really care. Kofi Kingston lost because of a distraction from Butch and Sheamus, who got kicked out of the match because of antics like that. But then they would just come back and distract them anyway to get the victory. Disappointed. I heard a rumor that Xavier Woods was cleared and was back. But no Xavier Woods, so this match felt like nothing. And it was nothing because Michael Cole kind of ruined it. He robbed it of its flavor by saying that Ridge Holland apologized to Big E and went to Big E hospital room and all that type of stuff. By telling us in story what Ridge Holland did out of story, they kind of defeat the purpose of the match, because he went to apologize to Big E and all that type of stuff, and how he respects Big E and all that. Why is Kofi Kingston trying to beat the hell out of him? That robs the whole thing. Sorry Flair they chose to end the show with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, where Charlotte just basically cut a promo about how she wants to make Ronda tap at WrestleMania, and that she will beat her, and that she's the mountain that Ronda has to climb to have a legacy here at WrestleMania. But then she said she don't want to rate the WrestleMania, so she challenged Ronda to come out. Ronda did come out. They would fight, but Charlotte would try to get the upper hand with the candlestick. Ronda would beat her up. Ronda kind of sort of did not sell the candlestick strikes well, and then she awkwardly she tried to remember that she had to sell the one that sets up with the next part when Charlotte got another candlestick after the first failed attempt and beat her up, tried to submit her, but didn't work, so she put Ronda through the table. She hit Ronda with a candlestick. Ronda kind of didn't sell it, but then she was like, "Oh, I'm supposed to sell that." So then she tried to jump back to the selling, but it was already done and awkward. So now Charlotte just put it through the table and end the show. So with all that being said, if I had to give this episode of Smackdown anything, I give this episode. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10, but I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Big ups, because this was not. You know what? No, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Some big downs. That's what we're gonna say. When it's like this, is I ain't gonna say big ups. It's big downs, because this was not a good episode of Friday Night SmackDown. I was actively bored. I was watching stuff on my phone because nothing on this show I really cared about, save for some promos. This was by far the worst build-up to WrestleMania episode of either Raw or SmackDown I ever seen. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought. And you might have a different opinion than me. You might actually enjoy the show. But if you enjoyed this review, then hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed this review so much you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification. But do all those great things because it lets me know that you enjoy these videos and want to see more of them. And hit any one of these videos for more My Magic content. Got more content for you and more gameplay. So, yeah, peace out. And, hey, yo.